Okay, all right, we're in there. All right. As you can tell, based on the title, but I'm going to be ranking my platinum trophies. All right. And I have a basic tier system. I didn't want to make this too crazy because I have 203 platinums as of, I don't know, 30 minutes ago. So we're gonna keep it complicated, or we're not gonna have it complicated. We're gonna keep it simple. All right, so starting from the top, I'm throwing my console out the window. I think that speaks for itself, right? Like that game is just ridiculously frustrating, and honestly, from the top of my head, I can't even think about an experience that I've had like that. But we'll see. Thank the Lord, it's over. Slash grindy, right? Speaks for itself. Either in like it was just an awful experience, or it was very grindy. Tough, but I made it. Casual experience, I'd play again, and it's a plat because sometimes the games we play are not always. Shoot, sometimes they're hardly even games. But all right, we're gonna start off. This is in no particular order, I don't think. Oh no, actually, I do think that this is in the order. So these are all my platinum trophies. I have the images. I hope that I can remember some of these titles because some of these titles are ridiculous. But maybe I should have just gone with the uh, just the game icon. But I got all my trophies. Um, I got all my images for some content later, so I can do it like this, if anything, right? Like, then we change that up. Yeah, for sure. Like it's lit. It's all right there. All right, word. So if I ever get lost, then I'll resort to this, and we can stay on track. Okay, so starting off, um, Assassin's Creed 2. It was my first platinum. It's back in 2010. Excuse me. Um, I was super excited. I thought it was it. I thought it was it. Like, I feel like I had finally achieved something that was unachievable. And, mind you, like, in this year, I was like 14 or something. So, you know, a platinum trophy's hard, but like Assassin's Creed 2 ain't that hard. But nonetheless, it was still pretty great experience. You gotta remember what it was like, especially if you were there for the heyday. Um, Everybody was talking about it. Everybody had it. The combat system was like revolutionary or whatever, right? Like all that good stuff. The dual blades, right? Like it's cool stuff. As far as the platinum's concerned, uh, it wasn't crazy, Like I even got the platinum twice, matter of fact, because I did the remaster. So because of that, it was casual. Beat the game, do some miscellaneous. There's some collectibles, and then you're on your way. So the fact that I do, casual, the fact that I've played it again, I think says something to it, outside of just being like a trophy collector. Um, it's not bad. It's a good experience. Excuse me. Uh, I'd play it again, and I'm gonna play Brotherhood and Revelations at some point too. So that's what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and put Terminator Salvation in. It's a plat immediately. You just gotta beat the game. Like that's pretty much it, and it's not hard. It's pretty easy. Um, it was just one of those games back then. It was like there weren't a lot of trophies, a trophy list that were giving you a ton of gold back in the day, and this right here was one of those games that was giving you a lot of gold. So it it just became the title that you had to get. Like I don't, or maybe I'm just like inflating that or something. I don't know, but it just had to be. It had to be on your list. So I feel like there's a handful of titles that were like that, and then again, I could just be inflating in my head, but there were some that you wanted to have on your list, and I can't be the only one that's saying that. I can't be the only one that thinks that. But like, to prove that, like God of War 3, I feel like is one of those. Resident Evil 5 is probably one of those. If you can manage to get Little Big Planet, congrats. Red Dead, any of the GTA's, Prototype 1 specifically, Call of Duty Classic, right? Like there were titles that were just those are the ones that you got to get done for sure. It's like today, the equivalent for today would be Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, um, Elden Ring, one of the other Souls like games. Like everybody has at least one of those, right? As far as uh, whatever the sample size, it would be the generalities for a trophy hunter like that. They're gonna have at least one of them. I don't though. Those games just aren't it for me. Um, I tried playing Bloodborne and I couldn't even get past the first two enemies. Like I was getting rocked. All right, and I'm gonna have to go back to it at some point because I would like to platinum every first party PlayStation game. And good God, since the classics launch, it's like tripled that number because now I gotta go play the remasters and I gotta play like the duplicate. Like they redid the Slice trilogy again, and it has a different list than the first two. So, oh man, um, I'm gonna have to do that. But moving on. This is Infamous One. Okay, so casual experience. I played again. Absolutely adored that game. It was a simple A to Z. We got a couple side missions, collectibles. The most heinous part of that game was finding the last blast shard. There's nothing that helps you other than a little ping that shows up on your mini map. But when you're down to the last like 10 or so and you've ran around the city in every pattern that you can conceive and you still can't find that last shard, it's heinous. Like it's crazy work. Um I'm going to go ahead and do a bundle drop here. Um for sure. I think that Call of Duty. This is including the remaster. So from Call of Duty 4 to about I don't know, maybe Call of Duty's it might even be fair to say this. It might even be fair to say this. Almost every single Call of Duty I'm going to put into the casual experience I play again because they're not hard, Like are there difficult moments? Sure. And like everyone loves to talk about the World at War grenade thing and veteran was difficult and it's like it's not, cuz in the game, yeah, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff happening. But the older ones are just based on checkpoints. So you don't even need to kill unless that particular segment of the single player experience asks you to do that. But other than that, as long as you can just move forward inch by inch by inch, you're gonna make it. It doesn't matter what you're playing. It's just gonna be easy. But Call of Duty World at War, goated, goated, goated. Treyarch's the greatest. They've been slipping. Black Ops 7 has been what it's been. Excuse me. I don't know. It's Call of Duty. Whatever. All right. So Uncharted. Um, this game wasn't hard. I'll do this. I'll just do that. It's you beat it collectibles. You got to beat it on all the different difficulties, and that's it. Like it was casual as hell. Great story, great game. It's Uncharted One. It's clunky as hell. You play it today, it's unplayable. I feel like it's unplayable. It's atrocious playing through that sometimes because it's so outdated and it's so ugh. But I got the remaster started, so I ended up getting the platinum again anyway. Okay, so Sega Mega Drive Collection. This was okay. So remember, when we move through the course of this, I'm trying to go back in time to 2008 for some of these games. 2010, like far back. All right. Um, First platinum was Assassin's Creed 2. First trophy was Fashion Sense on Little Big Planet 1. Crazy work. But anyway, Sega Mega Drive. So this game wasn't hard, but there were some like I remember this I think it was like a Dr. Robotnik like Dr. Mario, but not, and maybe a bit more competitive. And you had to fight like the AI bosses to get through to the top, and then win, and then you get the trophy, right? Oh, dude, that last one. I just remember that last one being such a pain. I thought I was gonna give up on that game for real, and I got it. And it's funny because like I was thinking about making another video based on what trophies I think are the most beautiful, because I used to earn trophies just to have the ones that I thought were pretty. And I think that's crazy, and I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. Like, for example, uh, outside of liking God of War, I wanted to have those first three because they looked great. Like, simplified images done in the platinum design for the coloring. Or Little Big Planet. Like, look at this. That's a cool icon. That's a great icon. And then they just copied it and put it on a sticker. Stupid. Um, Another one, the coloring in the Sly Cooper Platinums just look great to me. Like I think it's a great color and I like looking at it. So I wanted to get it. Um, the Eco Platinum Trophy, I thought that was a genius design and I love the design. I think it looks great. Um, what are some other ones? Yeah, I don't know. I guess now that I'm looking at it, there's really not a lot of pretty plats. Infamous First Light is pretty nice. It's pretty beautiful image. I did like the coloring on the Platinum Trophy in Plants vs Zombies. I do like the coloring in this. I think that looks excellent. It's for the Jack series. I love this one. I never thought I was gonna get Battlefield Bad Company. Like it's just such a classic image and very nice coloring. All right. Anyway, um, okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and get a little controversial. Okay. So I'm gonna do God of War all together. Just the first three. So I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna put this one here, and I'm gonna put this one here. All right. Okay. So immediately, I can already hear the type, like fucking click clacking. I can already hear it. Okay. So let me explain myself. Stay with me. God of War 1. The only reason that I'm putting it up there is because the challenge of the gods was so difficult for me that I ended up raging out, and I've only raged 2 times in my entire life at a video game. I've made it I've made it a goal to not do that. I was playing this game and I was playing Super Mario Galaxy of all games. I was fighting the rock boss in that game, and I was on a speed run, and he was just not allowing me to do what I needed to do to progress in an efficient way. Um, anyway, the challenge of the gods, when you die, you start over. So you have to do all of them in one life. Okay, so I got to the very end. In the very end, you have to get to the top of this tower. And if you fall, it's over. Over. And that game is real tight as far as like models and platforms. So, you know, when you're at the edge, you might already be off. So, I just remember it being a really frustrating experience on that alone. God of War 2, it's just beat the game. Like the challenges those times around were a cakewalk. So I don't know. There's really nothing to God of War 2. I feel like it's pretty slept on, especially because it's sandwiched in between the first, which is the first, and then the third, which was like top tier content, and then two was like, all right, we gotta bridge the gap and do something cool. But that's the least memorable one for me. You know, like I remember the statue fight. You know, the one I think it's near the beginning. It's a golden statue fight. He's all big. That was cool. Um, I remember. I think you fought the dead Persian warrior in that one too. Like that was all right, I guess. But three though. All right, look. So I put three there because I didn't think that was hard. So three was the first God of War I had ever played, right? And I thought it was amazing. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Ever. It was so rad. Um, I don't know. So I was just really good at the game. Titan was not hard for me at all. Um, I'm saying like I knew the game in and out, so I didn't have that difficult of an experience. I mean, hell, I did it again on PS4 and did the same tactics that I did 10 years ago. So I don't know. Like I can get through most of that game without. I can get through the whole game actually without upgrading anything, and I think that's cool. I'm sure there's other things that people try to like handicap themselves so that way they can become better players. But casual experience, I'd play it again because I did play it again, and I think that's where's it at? I don't think I downloaded another version. I had to. All right, well I'm bugging. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. All right. Okay, so this is AVP. AVP was not. You know what? Let me change that. Let me change this. All right, okay. The only reason I'm putting this here, outside of like the multiplayer grind, was like we're not including that. That's just whatever. We like that shit sucks. If you know, you know, right? Um, I'm putting this here because nightmare difficulty on the marine side was so terrible for me. I could not get ahead ever because sometimes all you got is a shotgun or a pistol, right? Or they just run up on you and they're a little too close. You can't do nothing about it then. As soon as you start firing, their acid blood gets on you and you die. And it's a wrap because it's like one hit kill and there's no checkpoints. None. The Predator and Alien one, I had no problem because Predator has the tech, and if you're not an idiot with Alien, you'll be fine. But the Marines one, like, come on, dude, I'm fighting Predator as a human being with an assault rifle, pulse rifle, grenades, a shotgun. Like, what? This man has a cannon, spears, nets, lasers, missiles. Like, and he can cloak, and he can leave decoys. So it was tough. Like, I love that game though. I think it's so great. I know it's probably slept on, but when it comes to an AVP title, that's one of the greatest. I'll die on that hill. Um, all right, for this next one, I'm debating if I should do. Excuse me. If I should do Little Big Planet 1 and 2 together. Because they weren't the same experience. Alright. Yeah, I'll do them together, but I'm talking about them separately. Alright, so this. For sure. For sure. So, Little Big Planet 1 was just grindy. You either had to be really good at your level design to get the creator mark so you can get the platinum trophy, or you had to build up a good enough network. Because, mind you, this is early PS3. Like, we didn't have PSN profiles. We didn't have true trophies. Like, we didn't have communities that were established in the same way they are today back then. Like, PlayStation trophies was a thing because I remember I would read articles and stuff all day about video games. So, like, there were ways to connect with people and talk to people and plan stuff because it was definitely going on, but not the same scale that we're seeing today. So, I just talked to a lot of people, heart for heart, like for like, and then eventually I got the trophies for creating good stuff, good content. Other than that, it's just beat the game, do some collectibles, have some fun. Like, it was no big deal. Little Big Planet 2 was a lot of the same, but it didn't have that crazy. Um, like, you didn't have to do so much to get the creator trophies like you did in the first game, so it made the platinum a lot more tolerable. That's really it. And I got all the DLC on both, and I'll say to this day, Little Big Planet 2 has some of the best water I've ever seen. It has some of the best water I've ever seen in a video game. That Pirates of the Caribbean pack changed everything for Little Big Planet. Like, changed everything. So, like, that was the forefront of some of the things that you would do in Little Big Planet 2. Insane. We're going to go ahead and toss this right next to the other Uncharted. This is Uncharted 2. And somewhere there is Uncharted 3. Because I might as well just throw them together. But I don't even remember what that one looked like. That's crazy work. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, okay. That also has a very beautiful platinum design. Uncharted 3. Okay, so just like Uncharted 1, it's the same experience. Difficulty, miscellaneous, beat the game. That's it. Excellent games, great stories, lovable characters. We already know the deal. It's Naughty Dog at probably their best. This is Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, if I'm not mistaken. Sands of Time. What is this mess? Yeah, The Forgotten Sands. It's a plat. I remember this being difficult just because it took me so long, and it's because I didn't want to play it. It's an enjoyable game, but it's not hard. It's not going to take very much. miscellaneous beat the game, and it has like a whole replay feature, so you can like go back in time. So it made it really easy to get past a lot of things, and like you can collect things and then go back in time. Like you didn't have to go all the way up to the whatever the hell just to find it. So yeah, um, whatever. Resident Evil 5. I think this will be the first one to take that because professional difficulty was absolutely outrageous. And I did the DLC. That's professional 3 times. And outside of that, like, I'm not really a big Resident Evil fan. I did enjoy 5. I played it a lot. But I don't know. It just wasn't. I don't know what's going on in that game, and that's probably the problem. Because like, they're not zombies. It's a virus. Something crazy. And then everybody was saying that Resident Evil 5 was racist because they were in Africa. Why can't a story like that be told in Africa? Why couldn't that be like a zombie outbreak is just as likely to happen there as anywhere else? Or whatever the hell that was. So I don't know, it was really odd. And also, at this time, I had just gotten banned from PlayStation for, I guess, violating some policy. I didn't understand because I'm not even going to explain it, but it was ridiculous. I got Resident Evil 5 Platinum and Burnout Paradise. Excuse me. I got those at the same time, or in that week that I was banned from PlayStation Plus. It was atrocious. It was a terrible time in my life. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 was rough. Burnout Paradise. It's not casual, or like I wouldn't play it again, but it was casual. It was a lot of fun. All you did was fuck around. Cool time. Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time, or yeah, it was A Crack in Time. Maybe I should have added another column because it's not really. It's a plat, and it's not. I'd play again casual experience, but it wasn't hard. But I'll throw it there. Red Dead. Okay, tough, but I made it easy. It's a Rockstar title. There's a lot involved. But I had a great time. I'd totally play it again, and I have the remaster, so I am gonna play it again. But yeah, that it's a Rockstar title. If you know, you know. There's a lot of little miscellaneous story. There's a lot of little things that you got to do to get to 100%. It's tedious. Sometimes it's a real pain in the ass. But other than that, it's an enjoyable experience. I went ahead and threw Call of Duty Black Ops there because it's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I don't care what anyone says. It's too easy. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, casual experience. I'd play it again. Super easy. You know, all the slides, I'm just going to go ahead and throw them in there. It's a casual experience. I'd play again. I got it on Vita. I got it on PS3. And I'm going to do it again on PS4 and PS5. So that's a lot of platinums. Beat it in miscellaneous and some collectibles. Like, it's not hard at all. And it's such a great game. Where's Sly 5? Where's Sly 5? Battlefield Bad Company 2. Great experience. Similar to the first, but not as egregious. Beat the game, do some miscellaneous in the single player, and then go into multiplayer. Do some things related to each class. Do some other crazy stuff. And then you got Platinum. And the DLC followed more of the same. So, alright. I'm just going to put this in. It's a plat. Borderlands was dope. It's not fun. It's like it's dope because it was the first of its kind and it had an attitude that we weren't really seeing at that time unless you were playing Nintendo. Um, with No More Heroes and stuff. So it was like iconic. It was like really good. Like it was easy to gravitate to, but that platinum experience was trash. Like it was just run gun, loot shoot, run gun, loot shoot, run gun, loot shoot. Like, and I know that's the game, but like, whatever. Um, okay, so this is a weird part of my life. Portal 2 I know was tough because it's Portal. I don't remember having a hard time per se, because at this time in my life I wasn't okay. So it's really foggy. Um, but I know it's tough because it is the game that it is. I don't have memories of it being difficult, but like it was a great game and I totally play it again. This is Godfather 2. You know, I think I just need I think I just need to do this. I'm gonna add this one. Trash. Okay? I should have done that. Oh, shouldn't do black. Makes do RC. Okay. New category added. Trash. Because I have to do this. And when I say trash, I mean like this game is ass. Like, hold on, let's change this. Boom. Ass. Like, don't waste your time. Don't spend the money unless you really just want to get the trophies. And some people are going to hate this. Godfather 2, I thought, was trash. Like, it looked terrible. I thought it was clunky. It was like a GTA clone that just couldn't quite clone. Whack. It's easy, but it's whack. And that platinum is ugly. All that work to look at that. Anyway, the next one's Mini Ninjas. Okay, so this is another one of those games. I don't quite remember a lot about it. So we're going to pull up the handy dandy internet and we're going to refresh our noodles here together in real time. I remember there's story based stuff, collectible based stuff. Okay, alright, I'm with this. Okay, so it's an easy platinum, right? As you can see quickly. It's an easy platinum. I think what kept me from doing it was the collectibles. Because I hate collectibles. And I think the next game suffered from the same thing. Because I had this game for a long time. Never played it. And then I finally sat down and was like, alright, let's do it. I am not a fan of Tomb Raider. I am not a fan of. I'm just not a fan. I'm just going to leave it at that. Not a fan of Tomb Raider. I won't put this in the trash because it's challenging, but it's not that tough. Infamous 2, it's the same thing as Infamous 1, except you get support finding the blast shards. That's it. Okay, this I didn't have as hard of a time as a lot of people did on this game, like what I've read about and heard about. Even the challenges, I thought that they were fun, and I thought that they were pretty easy to do. I really enjoyed playing through this title, Batman Arkham Asylum. The only challenging part for me were the Riddler challenges. So one of my homies actually helped me out with that. But I don't know. That's I'll put it up there. Like, it was challenging for sure, but like I had such a good time that after every death I was ready to go and start playing again. This is Call of Duty Classic. This one that I just moved up next to Batman Arkham Asylum. This game's not hard, okay? It's not. It's not hard. But it's frustrating. It's outdated. The checkpoint systems suck ass. This is a Call of Duty that requires med kits. And it's just so clunky, and like, of course the enemies can just shoot you anywhere you are, but you can't shoot them. Like, all right, for example, I was in this mission where you're in this apartment building, and there's tanks on the outside. You need to take down these tanks for you to pass. This game, the tank shot at me and I died and then got a checkpoint. So every time I reloaded checkpoint, I was dying over and over and over and over again. So that means that I could no longer use that save file, because every time I booted it up, shortly after that, boom, game over. And then it would give you a presidential fact or quote. That game, I was so angry playing that game, for real. For real. But it's alright. It's done. I might put this back to... the gold trophies make up for it. Okay, so Prototype. This game, it's grindy. That's really all it is. It's not hard, and the collectibles are BS. It's grindy, and that's all it is. It's easy. It's just grindy. I don't really remember the Cabela games too much, but they weren't hard, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it's a plat. Cartoon Network Explosion or something like that. Cartoon Network Fight 'em All. It's a plat. This is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. That's cool there. That's cool there. It's a casual experience just like number 2. Saints Row 3. I had a good time. It was a fun platinum to earn. Great music. It was a good atmosphere. A lot of jokes. It wasn't hard. Casual. Totally chill. You can get that platinum easy. This is Revelations. Same thing. Same thing as 2 in Brotherhood. This one here, Eco. Okay, so this game's not hard, but the time trials were outrageous. Beating the game in 2 hours, I didn't even know you could do that. 4 hours, I didn't even know that was possible. So, and I got a pretty bad memory associated with this game. Something happened to me in childhood. So, I don't know, it's crazy. It's a tough, just like in life. It was tough, but I made it. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw Anarchy, Rush Hour Anarchy, trash. It took me way too long to get that stupid platinum. PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, arcade for everybody, miscellaneous, and then you got the platinum. Loved that game. I wish they'd bring another one. CS:GO, everybody knows CS:GO. Great. Fun game, super easy to get the platinum. It's just platinum. Darksiders 2, or no, this is Darksiders 1, BFG. That's a great game. I would like to play through it again, but we'll see if I get around to that, because I got to do Darksiders 2 on PS3 and PS4, because they're both on my list. Okay, so Sly 4. We're going to go ahead and bang this one right up there with the rest of them, because it's almost the same exact list. It's pretty simple. Beat the game, miscellaneous, you're good to go. Some collectibles straight. Iron Man 2. It's a plat. It's a plat. Spare parts. This game is trash. It was like 13 trophies and you got a platinum, but it wasn't hard. That shit was just trash. I did not like playing it. I don't know why I wanted it. Maybe I thought the platinum was cool. Maybe it's because it was easy. Trash. This is Prototype 2. Prototype 2 is not as egregious as Prototype 1. Very manageable, almost comparable to a Spider Man game. A little bit more work involved, but pretty easy. Okay, so Minecraft. It really depends on what you do. So if you do it legit, it can be tough. If you do it with a certain server, it's a plat. So I did this in multiple ways. PS3, legit. PS4, legit. PS5, I went to a trophy server and unlocked all of it right then and there. Um, so PS5 went into plat because I didn't really do any work. Rocket League, it's a plat. You just get platinum playing that game. Damn, what's this right here? Is this the Order 1886? I believe it is the Order 1886. Yes, it is. It's a plat. The game is easy. Easy as hell. Opportunity missed. There was a lot of things that they could have done to improve on the title if they made a sequel, but PlayStation, sometimes they be going all in until they don't want, until it doesn't pay out immediately. You know, like missed opportunity there, missed opportunity with Days Gone. Right. This is Telltale Batman. It's a plat. It's crazy easy. This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, probably the easiest Call of Duty to platinum out of them all. This is Spider-Man. It's a plat. Sorry I'm just skipping over this, but like Call of Duty, I already talked about it. Spider-Man, you already know what it is. Beat the game miscellaneous, you're done. That's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Where's the other one? What did that trophy look like? I thought it just had Spider-Man and oh yeah, and then I did it again with the remastered versions. That's funny. Okay, I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. All right, so Spider-Man. Let's talk about it. These games are not as goated as you guys say they are. They're amazing games for sure, but relax. It's some of the greatest mid to ever exist, is the most accurate way to describe this game. It has the content level of a PS2 title. It has the narrative of a AAA title. It has the experience, the gameplay experience of something that we've been waiting for over 15 years. But it's still mid. Sorry. Heavy Rain, thank God it's over because you had to go through so many different endings and so many different scenarios playing this game. I wish I knew how long it took me to beat this. I'm glad I beat it because it's one of my favorite platinum images. Look at that. Beautiful coloring. Great imagery. That whole game. Beautiful game. Ratchet and Clank All for One. Mediocre as hell. It's a plat. God of War Chains of Olympus and God of War Ghost of Sparta. It's a plat. It's so easy, especially in comparison to the others. It's not even real. Okay, so this is Uncharted Golden Abyss. I'd say it's. I mean, we'll just put it up there because it's the same thing. It's a bit trickier than the traditional Uncharted just because it's on a Vita and the mechanics on there don't really work as well as they probably should. So it complicates the game. But all in all, it's not terrible. Okay, so Prince of Persia. The only reason I have this platinum is because I was tired of seeing trophy lists where people didn't have the 100%. Like, just do it. Just get the 100%. Just do it. You're spending $60 on a game like 18 times a month. Just spend $5. Spend $10. Hell, most 25. But that gives you a lot of content, more so than what this DLC did for Prince of Persia. But this is the artsy one. And it was beautiful. It was a great experience. Casual, not hard at all. I'd totally do it again. The collectibles, like most, are horse crap. Okay, so this is like the Valley of the Forgotten or something. Some side scroller that's awful, 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 awful. It's trash. This is some, I think, a side scroller baseball thing. It was trash as well. Um, Sound Shapes. It's a plat. Like, it ain't hard. There's like, when you have like 80, 86 missions, maybe more than that. But it's all super easy with the exception of like 3 in the death mode. But, you keep at it enough, eventually you'll get lucky and you'll get it. But it's a plat. It ain't tough. It's a plat. This is Garden Warfare. Right? Little Adventure on the Prairie was that one with the blue hair. Yeah, okay, so that's Garden Warfare. This game was phenomenal. Not hard at all. Basic. It's like Battlefield Bad Company, but with Plants vs Zombies, and it's just like class warfare stuff. It's a great game. The sequel's awesome. I haven't platinumed it, and I know they made another one, and I'm probably not gonna play that, but I am gonna finish number two because I just think I should, and I will because it's on my list. Uh, this is probably Violet Goody and a couple of those titles. These are all made by the same. I was saying earlier in the video that I was making. These are all made by the same person, and they're probably it's like a college team project, most likely. I don't know, but this shovelware crap, it's trash. Uh, so I think that this one's probably Full Frontal Assault, Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault. Um, it's also a really easy one. Like that. That one was not taken very seriously. It was a pretty easy plot. This is the Walking Dead Telltale first game, so season one. So we already know it's a plot. Um, this is Transformers War for Cybertron. Super super fun. Um, I got that game and couldn't put it down. I thought it was so impressive. Hey, you're playing on Cybertron, man. We've been waiting to get a movie like that. We never got a movie like that, so we get a game like that, which is even cooler. Um, Good experience. I totally played again. It wasn't hard at all. There's a campaign in there too. Not hard at all. Like totally manageable. This is Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands. This is my favorite Telltale's game out of all of them. The scene when he gets launched out in that pod and the music they chose, like the soundtrack for that game is incredible. Like it's incredible to me. But nonetheless, it's a plat. Infamous First Light, one of the easiest of them all. It's for sure just a plat. I'll put it up here. Casual experience. I'd play it again. but it's still pretty easy. Duke Nukem. Okay, when anyone says mediocre game, I had a good time. I had a good time, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we ever get another Duke Nukem game again. That one took 13 years and didn't really amount to shit. So that's kind of rough. Okay, we're gonna get slightly controversial here. I was talking about it in another video I had made. So we're gonna grab all of the My Name Is Mayo games. We all know what these games are. They're super easy. They're ridiculous. It's shovelware at its finest, in the best of ways. Because it's not just like the first game is definitely just you're pressing X and you're doing stupid stuff, right? Like it's just you're dressing a jar of mayonnaise. But in 2, they give the jar of mayonnaise a backstory. It's not fully fleshed out, but something's there. And then in 3, you get to live with him. He goes through this depressive cycle. He gets with this girl that hurts him. I'm not going to say how. His dad dies. It's a rich ass experience. Seriously, like, play My Name Is Mayo 1, 2, and 3 in that exact order. Play it. It's a really good experience. I swear. Okay, what is this? Is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? It's a plat. Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Casual experience, I'd play it again. But this one was literally just Modern Warfare 2 redone. No multiplayer. No anything. Just a campaign experience. And it was whack. Whack. I still liked it though, because, you know, Call of Duty brought back memories from teenage years and whatnot. Okay, so Brave. I did not like this game at all. I forgot even how I got this game. It was casual. It wasn't hard. It was casual. I would not play it again though. God of War Ascension. I don't remember this being tough. I really don't believe that it was tough. We'll casual it. I think this is Infamous Second Son. This game is just a plat. Not hard at all. Not hard at all. Bioshock Infinite. We're going to go ahead and throw this one straight up. Straight up. This one's tough. Because the DLC in there is not very forgiving. Far Cry 3. It's a casual experience. I'd play it again. Far Cry is different. That game it's casual because it's just miscellaneous and story, and it's really easy. And you want to do it anyway because it benefits you as the player, so it makes it really engaging. Bioshock Infinite is tough just because the trials, depending on the difficulty, it's an amazing game. Bioshock Infinite is easily one of my favorite games. I have just fond memories of how intrigued I was by everything, especially the plasmids. Forgot what they were called in that game, but yeah. This has got to be Jack 1, and it's just a plat. Super easy. Platformer, minimal collectibles and challenges, you're fine. This is Bioshock Remastered. This one's tough. That one's tough. I definitely did use a glitch, but it's a tough one outside of that. And I still think I need to do the Protector Trials, and those are unforgiving. Might even get ahead of the curve and put it on tough, because that shit's outrageous. Road Bustle or Chicken Crossing, whatever, trash. Alright, so Spyro 1, 2, and 3. We're never going to get a fourth. And I know that that's what the dream was to make a Spyro 4. And I don't know exactly what went wrong, but it's really unfortunate that we're not going to get a Spyro 4. Especially after all of the craziness that was Spyro's legacy. Like, the kind of turmoil that this character went through after PS2's generation. I don't even know what happened during the PS3 generation. Were there Spyro? Yeah, Spyro came out on the Wii. And they had, like, the Dragon ones, and they had Elements. And, you know, whatever. Like, what even was that? These remasters were beautifully done. From the ground up, if I'm not mistaken, they even got some of the soundtrack back. And, like, the original composer, like, he came back, worked on some of the stuff. Like, it was a true masterpiece as far as, like, revitalizing something that was old and making it important again. I think all in all, I think it escalates as far as difficulty is concerned, with 1 being the easiest. They weren't hard. None of them were hard, but they just weren't. I don't know. They're not. It's a plat, but we'll just put them in casual. Yeah, this one's probably Road Bustle. Trash. Okay, so this is PVZ on the Vita, and it's the, like, the tower defense thing. And I will say, it did take me a really long time to get this platinum done. Probably a little too long. And I don't know if that was a measure of difficulty or laziness. Or the Vita, because again, it is where would I put it? I think safely it should go into its tough, because some of these kinds of games are pretty unforgiving at times, and you got to really keep up with the pace. This is Astro's Playroom. It's a plat. Gravity Rush, casual. I'd play it again because it's just beat it. Do some miscellaneous and you're good. Same for Astrobot. Like, that was a cakewalk. Here's The Walking Dead once more on the Vita. So you already know what that is. It's a Telltale game. This one's going to be Jak 2. A lot more challenging than Jak 1, so we'll put this in casual. Resistance Burning Skies, with the exception of that tricky multiplayer trophy, it's still pretty easy. It's a plat. This next one is this, like, Destructive Vagabond or whatever on Vita, and it's a plat. It's not trash because I actually enjoyed it, but it's a plat. I know I'm, like, roaming through these pretty quickly, but there was a while where I was, like, pretty depressed, and all I wanted to do was just get platinums. Like, I didn't necessarily want to work. Like, I just kind of wanted to feel good that I did something. So I played a lot of shovelware. The Mean Greens, Not hard, pretty grindy. I'd say it was a casual experience. It's really fun, but you're gonna end up grinding it all alone because nobody plays that game, so you're gonna have to play with bots. Dying Light. Okay, so I don't think this game was tough, but getting the 100% is certainly challenging. So I'm going to put this at tough. Because there were some times that I was a little frustrated with that game, but we were there. We got it. This next one is Bunny Raiders. I did it twice. Why can't I see it? See, like when you got all this in front of you, you just don't even know what it is. It's a dungeon shooter, so it's really easy. It's glitchy as fuck, but you know, if you run into the glitch or you run into a glitch, you just have to start the game over. It sucks, but what else are you gonna do? Taco Fun, trash. ZB the Calculator, trash. Memory Lane, trash. Memory Lane 2, trash. That game we're not gonna talk about is trash. Peppa Pig, trash. My Little Pony, trash. Candy Run, trash. Whatever that is, trash. Whatever that is, trash. Trash, trash. Trash, 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 trash. Oh man, we just sort through the garbage right now, huh? Trash, 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 trash. That's crazy. So much garbage. That joint's hilarious, man. Alright. What else? Any other shovel? I don't think there's any other shovel. Sorry, y'all. I'm just looking at something. I just need to confirm one game. Okay. Shovel. Okay. Alright, so from this all the way to the end, these are all shovelware titles. They're all either free or less than $3. This is a part of this came from a YouTube challenge, and then another part of it came from me just being sad and I just wanted to unlock a trophy. So that's what that is. I don't think I want to talk about any of them. They're all easy as hell. Sometimes they're so easy that it should probably just be illegal that you're playing that game. But, you know, I digress. Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb is a great game. It's a great game. Definitely recommend people play it. And I'm going to throw it in tough. Because it does require a skill set that is developed. And because the game has transitioned so much from the original, it's an entirely new game, meaning entirely new mechanics need to be understood, increasing the difficulty of what was already the foundation. It's an excellent title, great music. Shout out to Riverboy. Your music is awesome. Okay, so the Furon. We're talking about Destroy All Humans. Destroy All Humans has a multiplayer game called Clone Carnage. That version is trash. Even if you played it in its heyday, I think you gotta be like 12. Shit. Maybe even 10. 9 to enjoy that game because it just... It wasn't hard, but it wasn't enjoyable. It's a plat. And then the next one, Destroy Humans 1, which is great having that experience because I didn't play it growing up. It wasn't hard by any means, and I expected a lot more out of the game. But considering what I know of the sequel, because that's what I played, it's a good first step. Um, I don't think it was hard, and it certainly wasn't. It's a plat easy, but you know, casual. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that Twisted Metal games. You guys can argue with me in the comments or whatever. It's a plat. I think these are easy, especially with the replayability feature. Like the rewind, it's cool. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and take care of these real quick because we're gonna talk about these. Let's talk about these in another video today too. Okay, so this one, I'm throwing my console out the window. This one, grindy. Okay, so Kung Fu Panda, I'm putting up into the. I'm gonna throw my console out the window because I've never felt so bad playing a game. Like playing this game made me feel sick. It's same for Battlefield, Bad Company 1, because it made me feel like I couldn't do anything else, and I could have, but I just wanted to get the trophies, and I'm glad I have it. It's my rarest platinum, if I'm not mistaken. So it's worth something, I guess. And Battlefield Bad Company 1, it's the beans, bullets, and bandages. Everything in that game is easy except for the awards and beans, bullets, and bandages. Because there are so many awards, and there's so many ways to get the awards, and there's so many ways that you would never even get close to the awards because you don't play that way. No one plays that way. They got boat awards, but no maps where using a boat even makes sense. It doesn't even make sense. Why even do it? But yeah, we got it. It's over. Thank God it's over. We're gonna move along. It Takes Two. Excellent. Super easy. I'm gonna put it in the casual. Maybe not super easy. It really depends on who you're playing with. But great experience. If you haven't played it, play it. It's phenomenal. Like it truly is a treat. Um, give it a go. All right. GTA 4. GTA 4. Thank God it's over. Auf Wiedersehen, Petrovic. Wanted? Man, I've been playing that game since before it even had trophies. It's so difficult to get this shit done. The coordination alone. But I got it done. Uncharted 4. Okay, so I'm going to put it one step above casual because it's kind of challenging. The time trophies and the difficulty trophies and the DLC, it's pretty challenging. No, we got it. It's the same experience, just with a lot more, going on. Okay, so this is Spider-Man: Shadows of Time, or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say, thank the Lord it's over because, goddamn, there were so many little collectibles in here, and then you had to go and perfect every single run almost. Time, emblems collected, combos done, and then obviously just beating it. And you had to do it on the harder difficulties to get better rewards. And it was just outrageous. It was just outrageous. It took me 13 years or something like that to finally get this game done. And part of the reason it took me a while is because I just didn't have access to the game. And then by the time I had access to purchasing the game, it was up in such a severe price. I was like, absolutely not. Dante's Inferno, it's a lesser than God of War. It's casual. You know what? Nope. I'll add it to tough just because of the time trials. The DLC and the time trial trophies alone make this very difficult. You know what? We're gonna raise it. Those trials were so ridiculous. I am so glad I finished those. Shout out Digigame Girl. Okay, Assassin's Creed 3. This is a treat. I'm not going to get into the controversy of it, but I really do appreciate the fact that we got to see early America in this way. And we need more Assassin's Creeds that do that. They should have done the Civil War. Who cares what the current state of America is like? Drop that title. We could learn something. We can appreciate where we came from potentially. Singularity, great game. The multiplayer is whack. It is horrendous. It's grindy and it doesn't work anymore. So you have to create your own servers and it sucks because not every player can actually make a server that's stable. And if people make servers that are stable, other players in certain regions can't access you. For what reason? I have no idea. But Singularity. It's not hard, but those trophies, the multiplayer trophies alone, are enough to make you want to pull your hair out. It's a plat. It's not. Hold on, no, it's not a plat. This is Assassin's Creed Liberation. It's not easy. It's moderate because it's an Assassin's Creed game. It might even be a bit more difficult than the other ones just because like that stupid ass persona thing, but it's still very manageable. Okay, so this is Intelligent Cube. I think all in all, it's easy, but that's only because there's a rewind feature. So if we're being honest, without the rewind feature, this would be a tough experience, but they have the rewind feature, so we're taking advantage. Aliens, Colonial Marines. This game was ass. It wasn't the worst, but it was still pretty buns. Like, the game hardly worked. The AI would do whatever they wanted to do except kill the player. It's crazy. There's T-poses everywhere. Was it difficult? No, but it took a while because the multiplayer grind. And that is probably what sucked the life out of me because it just wasn't pleasant to even do it. So there we are. Ape Escape 1. I'll put it in casual. It ain't easy, but it ain't, it's not, it ain't the worst. Call of Duty Modern Warfare reboot. It's a plat. They stripped the game entirely, so there's nothing going on there. Among Us. I boosted it, but if you did it legit, it'd be tough. I say casual because the boosting experience is kind of egregious. It's kind of egregious. Okay, next is Fall Guys. I don't want to talk about this game because I hate this game and I got screwed over many times with glitches and improper statistics. So I'm going to say tough, and there's Infallible. So if you know, we're going to put that in. Thank the Lord it's over because that's how I felt. And honestly, I felt the same way. The reason Assassin's Creed 3 is higher than the rest of the other Assassin's Creeds is because those goddamn side missions were terrible. Terrible. They were terrible. That's stupid. I don't even remember what that game was, the little checkerboards, and then you had to beat that That old black dude at the very end of the game, crap. This is Telltale's another Telltale game. Wolf Among Us. Super easy. Um, Fast and the Furious, that shit trash. Nah, we'll put it in plat, but it was super easy. Um, this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and it was really easy. That game is so trash. It's so trash. So I'm putting it in trash. I'm sorry. It's easy. It's super easy. Um, this is Jet Moto, and Jet Moto. It's a plat. It was not very difficult. This is Resistance Retribution. It's a very easy plat, but those collectibles are buns. So I'll put it up here. Strange Brigade. It was challenging. It was definitely challenging at times, for sure. I'm gonna put it in tough. I feel like a lot of people would disagree if you've played Strange Brigade, but sometimes it would just get really, really out of hand. It was outrageous. Um, Battlefield 3, it's grindy. I'm glad that I was thankful for when that one was over. Go ahead and just tough, but I made it. No, 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 no. Thank the Lord it's over. That one sucked. Helldivers was easy. I'm going to go ahead and say casual, though, because there was a couple hard ones. But it's a great game. I'd play it again. Thrillville, easy. It's just a plat. It's so easy. Uh, Multiverses. We're gonna do Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts. We're gonna do this at the same time. I'm gonna put Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in challenging, but I'm gonna put Call of Duty Ghosts in tough because Call of Duty Ghosts, that extinction experience, it was legit. Like, you had to know what you were doing, and you couldn't just fuck off like you can in zombies. Like, you had to be in there. Um, so I'm gonna put those on tough because they're real bad. They're real bad experiences. They're pretty tough. But Advanced Warfare stuff outside of the campaign, it was easy. Those zombies are fairly easy. Um, Multiverses. I'm just gonna throw it in grindy because that's all it was. It's just a grind. It was a horrendous experience. Good color on the MVS, but it was awful. Grindy games, bro. Alright. So now we got Overcooked. This is tough. Tough, but I made it. It's not crazy, but it's pretty crazy. It can get really hard if your teammate sucks. But I made it. War of the Monsters. It's a plat. It's just beat the game, unlock some stuff, and it's over. Black Ops 2. Alright, so let's not even front. This is when Call of Duty started to get a little difficult. I want to say grindy because of the challenges, and it certainly would feel that way. But if I had Black Ops 3's Platinum, I feel like that one would be the grindy one. So we're going to leave this one at tough. It's not offensively hard, but those challenges are not fun. So we're going to say tough. Star Wars The Force Unleashed Platinum. I don't understand why it took me so long. It's casual. It's tough, but it's not tough. It's like there are tough moments, but it's nothing crazy. Anthem, which shuts down January 12th. Don't be a clown and start playing this game in January. It's going to take you at least 50 to 90 hours. It's a casual experience, mad easy, a lot of collectibles, just beat the missions, and you got it done. This is another poop title. Oh, wait, my fault. I was drunk. That's not what I meant to do. I'm tired. Marvel Rivals. Okay. It's hard to really say what this one is because I did it all legit. Mm, I'll say tough because there are some pretty bad characters in that game, and it makes it really difficult to get some of these trophies. Like the Wolverine one, Black Panther, Captain America. I had a really hard time. Um, I'm gonna say it wasn't thank the Lord, but it was tough, and I made it through for sure. I think this is reasonable. I think this is reasonable. This is 203 platinum trophies. Insane. When I get to 300, I can do the next 100 trophies and create a video like this for that. But thanks for hanging tight, y'all, and talking to me throughout this whole thing. Um, it's just kind of crazy. I got all these trophies and it's cool. I like looking at these and going back in time almost, and just thinking about my life. And yeah, thanks for showing up and hanging in for the whole stream. And hopefully you guys follow and subscribe and do all the good stuff. And stay tuned for any of the other things that I got coming out. So, as per usual, live well and stay human, y'all.